Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio. And welcome to another edition of Happy Hour. As always, if you choose to drink or whatever you're choosing to do, please do so responsibly. Samantha, are you sipping on anything?
I got some water with additives, meaning like electrolytes and such, because it's been a rough week. I got to be hydrated. I'm a hydrated queen.
Oh.
What about you?
That's nice. I have some red wine for this one because I'm excited about this one. And that's kind of the theme of it. Because this is my last happy hour before the first episode of The Last of Us Season 2 comes out.
Ooh.
And I'm so excited. It is my favorite game for people who don't know. I think you probably do.
I was going to say, that'd be a shock.
But it's possible. It's possible. And the hype is real for me. But it's also interesting because I am someone who I'm so excited that almost the knowing part is like, I like the not knowing. At this point in time, I can imagine anything I want, right? Like, I can imagine it goes this way and it's so good, or it goes this way and it's so good. But once it comes out, that goes away. And there is kind of a distinction between that versus the unknown of our political hellscape, which I find awful. But like, if it's something like this, I am someone who has a very active imagination. I like thinking about things. I know you and I differ on this, Samantha, but I used to be somebody who, like, I liked the week per week of a show coming out because I would just imagine how is the next episode going to go. I do think there's space for shows that you just binge, and some are better to like wait. And I was somebody who likes the waiting. I get really excited by it. And then when it happens, it's over. And you don't know. And then what if it's bad? What if it's great? I don't know. But right now I can imagine all of it. And I know you've seen me do this, but if I love something a lot, I'll postpone watching it. So sometimes we'll be doing a watch party and I'll be like, let's wait 10 more minutes, or let's wait 20 more minutes, because I'm so excited and I don't want to lose that feeling before it happens. And I am excited. I mean, I'm very excited to see it, obviously, but it's just such a strange before you know exactly how it's going to go down. And I am very excited to share it with people. I'm very curious how it will go down, especially for people who haven't played the game. I'm kind of intrigued how that will go. And there is a bit of schadenfreude. I'm gonna admit it, because it is it's a painful game, and I'm gonna imagine it's a painful show.
Much like last year.
I'm gonna kind of be like, you must go through this with me. It's true. But I don't know. And I try not to, it's impossible for me to avoid, like, I wouldn't even call them spoilers because obviously I played the game, but they could do something different in the show.
I mean, they definitely did last show. Like they took some things and then like expound upon it that you didn't know was going to happen.
Oh yeah. And they've cast a character that I'm like, oh really? They were a mention in the show. I'm very curious. So I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but it's hard for me because the algorithm knows you're into this.
Yeah.
So I don't read the articles, but I see a lot of headlines.
And that's a spoiler.
I know. Oh my gosh. So I've been trying to avoid them, but I keep running into them. And the honest truth is, I possibly, me having a hope of Schadenfreude is going to come and bite me in the ass. We don't know. I don't know. Which I guess would be appropriate. I do know the first episode is called Future Days, and it's an hour long, and I have a lot of thoughts about that. But yeah, I mean, I've said it before. No one would disagree with me. I think the second game is a much harder game to adapt than the first game is. So I don't know how they're going to do it. And I know they're already starting the third season, which is part 2 of the second season, really. But, if it takes them a long time for it to come out, it's just going to be difficult. And you'll understand it when we get to the end. You'll get what I'm saying. So that's kind of the thing is I don't think I'm going to be... I feel pretty secure in my love of that game. So there are some things that I think if it was really bad, I'd be hurt. And by the way, I don't think it's going to be really bad. I think even if it doesn't, it's just going to be difficult to adapt. I have faith in them, but it's just going to be difficult to adapt. But I'm not going to be super hurt. I think it'll be good no matter what. But I don't know. And then hearing like other people react to it, and I don't want to spoil them, but I also want to be like, but wait.
I mean, we have protocols in place for producer Christina, super producer Christina, because she is one of those. I don't know. Wait, right? She hadn't played the game.
No,
so
no.
Doesn't know what's coming. I don't know if I have a feeling she might have gotten some spoilers though.
She did, but she said that, in a wonderful producer way, because she didn't know who I was talking about. She's forgotten all of them.
Well, not just from you. I'm assuming like the way like the internet works and that they're like, oh, this is the predictions and these and these and these. Like I just saw a funny post about the fact that the woman who's playing Abby, like they made a whole thing about her showing up in bulletproof vests to the premiere or something.
Yeah.
Oh, is that real? I thought that was a joke.
No, it is a joke.
Oh,
but like,
okay. The way you looked at me was like, oh wait, is that for real? Like, are they that concerned? Maybe. She
had bodyguards, and we'll talk about that more later. But that is another thing that I'm like interested to see. It's just how there's a lot of new characters introduced in the new season, and it kind of shifts a lot. There's a lot of POVs. So I am interested to see how that plays out. We'll talk about it more. We are like we said, we're going to do our reactions. There's only 7 episodes, so I am excited for it to come. But it just feels like, this is the moment where it can be everything I want it to be in my head. And I like to think that we've talked about this. I'm generally pretty good at, it doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah.
It's more of the like truth, the core of the story and the characters. If you get that right, then I'm into it. You can add in all kinds of things. But if you like completely change that, that's when I'm like, oh, I really don't like this. So I don't think they'll do that at all. It's just, I've had this feeling a lot. And there is a lot of stuff coming out in April, actually. Andor's coming out in April as well. So I've been feeling this feeling, and I just wanted to share it. Because this is, the last happy hour before I'll have seen it, and I'll know.
So many emotions are going to come.
So many.
I think we might have to revive our TikTok stuff just for that.
Oh no, it's just me crying. Our whole TikTok
entire time, essentially.
Is just me crying and shouting out random words.
And I love it.
Oh, well, I am very excited. Listeners, if this is an experience you can relate to, I don't know if this is just some strange thing I have or if anyone can relate, please let us know. You can write to us at hello@stuffwenevertoldyou.com. You can find us on Blue Sky at Mom Stuff Podcast, or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff I Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have a TeePublic store, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts on iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.